嘿，大家好，欢迎回到这个关于 Day Trade 被动收入和投资的频道，我是KALINA。今天的视频呢，跟大家分享，如果你呢是刚刚开启你的日内交易生涯，甚至是刚刚学过了我们日内交易初级的课程，可是还没有找到一个你觉得自己是盈利的方法，千万不用着急。那今天的视频呢，就根据你的个人，可能你是一个妈妈，可能你是在做任何的 part time， 不能全职的去投入日内交易，可是你也想赚钱。那今天的视频就跟大家介绍一个对于小白、对于初学者非常友好的战略，那就是 nano-float 的一个做多的战略。Hi everyone. So
hey guys.
It's kind of end of the year. Let's do some recap. So I know David is doing the shorting for long time. I think David is the best short seller I know. But today, let's share something about the long strategies. So which David don't short, I think maybe is the best long strategies, right?
Yeah, it's been proven to be very good long strategies. Because what I don't short, I'm a very efficient trader. So what I don't short is good to stay away from on the short side. So if it's not good to trade on the short side, then a lot of times most likely it's good to trade on the long side. Now, certain specific ones are very good for trading on the long side. And for example, this past week, they've been extremely good. So I've been avoiding them, not trading them on the short side, and it's protected me from not shorting. But they've been excellent longs. For example, the nano-floats that are under 1 million, they have been on fire the past few days. Absolute fire. So
I saw that.
Yeah. So stocks, I use this software called Dilution Tracker. You can see the float for free online. You just go online, go to Dilution Tracker, you type the ticker, you can see the float. And if it's under 1 million,
it's good long.
It's a good long. Yeah, because I'm not looking to trade that as on the short, but that means it's a good long.
Right.
And because the supply is low and the supply can get taken up, the float can get taken up by a few amount of people, and then it can squeeze. And the short sellers that short it, they're going to get squeezed. That's why I don't short it. But see, when that squeeze causes a big giant move upward, and that's how you can make a lot of money longing. These stocks, so for example, yesterday, CING squeezed.
CING,
Yeah, it was under 1 million float, and it squeezed all in the after hours like 600%. It started the day like at $3 and went to like $22. And that's a short squeeze. So short sellers that don't have rules and don't know what they're doing, they short nano-floats and they get destroyed. Now, who takes advantage of that? The longs take advantage of that.
Right.
And that's why I don't short them, because I have rules. I'm disciplined. I don't want to be a part of that squeeze. However, and that's good for me as a short seller. I know what I'm doing with short selling. And nano-floats are not to be shorted. But there's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing on the short side. And that's what makes the long so good.
Yeah. I know your communities, everybody is shorting, but in our courses for the, especially for the Chinese student, they like go long. So this nano
it's
float,
beautiful long.
Yeah. So let me ask questions about if, beside to the float, is any other things they need to look like the volume or any other things with the good news?
So the beautiful thing about nano-floats, it doesn't take much to move it. So if there's no specific volume criteria, because think about it, it's a less than 1 million float. Right. So if you have even 1 million volume, that's already the whole float or more. So yesterday, CING, for example, it went to like 70 million volume and the float is less than 1 million. that means that the float rotated over 70 million times.
Demand is so much, supply is not that much.
Exactly. So when there's so much demand and supply is so low, it doesn't even take that much. You can almost flick it and it keeps going. So I think CING, I'm recalling in my head, it did have a catalyst.
Okay.
So the thing is, with these catalysts, it doesn't need to be anything big, because the supply is so low that you can just flick it. You go like that and it flies.
Yeah.
So
it jump up. Yeah.
Yeah. So just the fact that it has a catalyst, that it has something.
So the
is good
catalyst
enough.
or good news is add to it. So
And and you don't even have to read the news and be like, this is awesome news. It's just news.
Right.
News.
Okay.
Any news.
So how many days do you think those nano-float can go?
The first day is the most violent day.
Right.
And the second day, there's usually less volume, but the shorts that are stuck in it from before, they still need to get squeezed out. So a lot of times it might go even higher the second day. But the best odds are the first day.
Okay.
So when you see a float, it's like, okay, it's less than 1 million. We got some movement. There's a catalyst. This is a good long strategy.
So where
you're looking to enter,
where you suggest the student to enter the point
in the morning. In the morning, I would say in the pre-market,
pull back.
Pull back like 20 minutes before the open.
Okay.
I would have a small position, and then as the stock squeezes in the morning and the confirmation of the squeeze, then you add another piece. You don't put your whole position on.
Okay.
So on confirmation, and as the stock is going your way, you're going with the trend, then you add to it.
Okay.
You add into a winner. And then you can give it to the end of the day. As you can see, these stocks tend to squeeze even more in the after hours. So so the nano-float strategy is like, you want to hold it for that after hours move. As you saw, I was showing you a stock earlier, before this video. They usually squeeze the most in the after hours, but then they come down.
Yeah.
So you want to be the first half hour of the after hours.
Is that
and then you start to get out of your trade.
Is that LOP something last week for the nano-float?
POL.
POL, yeah. The letters are right.
Yeah. So
that one too.
So yeah, these floats, because and it doesn't take much. Like you have I don't know, 50 people can buy up the float with small positions. Right. 50,000 here, 100,000 here. All of a sudden the float's taken up. And then when the float's taken up, the short sellers try to short it, and it's too. Now they squeeze each other because the people that bought the stock, they're not selling.
I remember that stock.
They hold it.
I told my even my community, my friends, that is in nano-float. Maybe you can go long, and they bought it before the close 1 hour. They make like $1,000 on that one for long.
Yeah,
that's not. For short, I definitely know, but for long, for the beginners, might be that's a good.
But you don't want to put your position too big in the beginning. You want to put a small position so you can stay in the trade, and as the stock goes the direction, it's a winner, you add to it. And then after a certain point, you stop adding to it, because like a 600% move, you don't want to add at 400%, 500%. It's too high already. You want to get the move before it hits like 100% on the day. Even 40, 50%, that's still early on these nano floats. Right. So on most stocks, getting in at 40, 50%, that's way too high. You're done. The trade is over with. But with these nano floats, they can go 1,000%. 600, 800, 1,000%. So getting in under 100% up in the morning, 20 minutes or so before the open is ideal. Then you give yourself a lot of room for this thing to go. And for example, one nano float that went today, right now, what was it? NVTY. Yeah, NVTY. And this was a combination of not only a nano float, but also a Chinese. So a Chinese nano float is actually super ideal.
Okay.
So, because these things tend to squeeze. Like I mentioned in the courses, one of the Chinese long strategies is you wait for the close and then they squeeze further. And if it's a nano-float and Chinese stock and Cayman Island base and, so these are very good setups. So you want to have a combination. So not only nano-float, but think about nano-float with news, with Cayman Island Chinese, then it's like, okay, you get the more confirmation you have, the more confidence. Then you can have conviction and you can stay in the trade longer and give it time to play out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, David. So this video is all about the nano-float, but in next video, we're going to introduce another long strategy about how to trade the Chinese stock. So if you haven't, check out our, the course about the 25 pattern, you can sign up anytime. Thank you. See you next. 好，那今天的视频呢，就整体的和大家一起分享了我们的各种做多的这个战略。那当然呢，我们的学校有其他的做多的战略、做空的战略等等，还有期权的战略。根据你个人的兴趣爱好的不同，你选择的课程和选择的战略也完全的不同，没有好也没有坏，这个完全是根据你个人的性格、你自己的时间，还有你能交易的风险承受能力的。所以呢，不管是任何一个战略，只要你找到一个你自己盈利的战略，那就是非常的棒了。那希望在2024年新的一年里面，你们都多多赚钱 ，keep green every day。我们在其他的视频和课程中见，拜拜。